Mate, absolutely not the morning for jump scares.
This yours, mate?
Teddy would have loved you.
Hello mate, my name's Dan. I'm just a bloke trying to figure out life one ridiculous moment at a time. I'm thankful I'm alive, I'm thankful I'm healthy, and I'm thankful for the people I surround myself with. The friends who make me laugh so hard, I forget the world for a moment. Laughter saved me more times than I can count. It's not just messing about, it's survival. It's the break in the chaos, and the breath after drowning. The reminder I'm still there. Thank you for giving me the chance to share a small piece of my life with you. I'm not here to pretend I'm perfect or wise. I'm just someone who's taken a few punches from life and somehow got back up again. If my story can help even one person feel less alone, then all the pain was worth it. Stick around. It won't fix your whole life, but it might fix your day, and honestly, that's a bloody good start. If this story touches you, even a little, please subscribe, share it, pass the light on to someone who needs it. We never know who's fighting silently. Alright then, let's begin.
Back then, life seemed simple to him, like stacking Lego blocks. Build something tall, don't let it fall, and if it breaks, you just build again. What he didn't know was that life doesn't always hand you new pieces, sometimes it hands you earthquakes. His mother used to say things he never understood. Words like, be patient, be kind, and life isn't trying to break you, it's trying to shape you. Like every stubborn young fool, he ignored half her lessons and learned the other half the hard way. When life hit him for the first time, not through heartbreak from someone else, but heartbreak from reality itself, he made a promise. He promised himself that no matter what came, no matter how hard the world pushed, he would never let pain turn him into someone bitter. He didn't know back then that life would break him later, that love would leave. He didn't know that everything falling apart was actually everything falling into place. Because what he didn't see then is that pain wasn't his enemy. Pain was the teacher that rebuilt him stronger than he ever imagined. The boy who didn't understand yet. The boy who thought life was supposed to be easy. The boy who didn't know what pain could build. He still can't swim very well, but we'll get to that soon. Looking at that photo, he felt something inside him collapse.
You didn't even get to say goodbye, mate.
This was the night everything fell apart. The night he stopped pretending he was okay, and grief finally sat down beside him and refused to leave.
Was I really that hard to love?
He was living life on a knife edge, balancing between collapse and obligation, between rage and silence, between breathing and breaking.
Mate, are you all right? You look like someone stole your soul and left the packaging.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just tired. You know, life.
In that moment, something changed inside him, not loudly, not like lightning, but quietly, like a lock clicking open from the inside. Losing her hurt, but losing himself had been worse. He understood then that sometimes the universe doesn't take things from you to punish you. It removes what is crushing you so you can breathe again, just like that. He made the decision that would save him. He would rebuild to become a man he could finally recognize again.
I'm gonna find my way back. I owe that to both of us.
It wasn't some dramatic transformation. It was one tired man putting one foot in front of the other, hoping the motion would eventually turn into direction. Each step felt like sweeping dust from corners of a forgotten room, uncovering tiny pieces of himself that had been buried under anger, panic, and exhaustion. These tiny, ordinary moments stitched him slowly back into the world, thread by thread, breath by breath. And with every step, the storm inside him quieted, like thunder moving farther and farther away across the horizon. The overtime hours that once felt like punishment became a tool, not for running from his feelings, but for building a foundation he could finally trust.
Look at you, smiling like you actually like being here.
Don't get too excited. It's probably just the caffeine.
But inside, he knew it wasn't caffeine. It was peace and the quiet satisfaction of rebuilding himself with his own hands. He is far more spiritual now, not loud or dramatic, but grounded, steady, the kind of calm that comes from walking through fire and discovering you don't burn the same way anymore. Most importantly, he is deeply happier, the kind of happiness that doesn't need proof or applause, only breath. In that moment, he understood that the breakup hadn't destroyed him. It had saved him by giving him back to himself.
Maybe losing everything was exactly what I needed.
This wasn't him trying to become someone impressive. This was him trying to remember the feeling of being alive.
Come on, mate. Even my nan could live faster than that.
Tell your nan to hold my beer then.
In that moment, he wasn't the man who broke. He was the man rising, inch by slow inch, rep by rep, heartbeat by heartbeat. The weight wasn't just metal. It was everything he refused to carry anymore, and lifting it was proof that he still had fight left. This laughter wasn't a distraction anymore. It was medicine, the kind that reached deep into his bones and scrubbed out the darkness. He never realized how powerful laughter could be, the kind that cracks something open inside and lets light pour in.
Groove, if you ever auditioned for SeaWorld, they'd throw you back immediately.
Mate, I'd be lucky if they didn't call Animal Rescue thinking I needed help.
This wasn't an escape. It was reconnection. It was remembering that joy wasn't a luxury. It was survival. He wasn't meditating to escape anymore. He was meditating to meet himself again.
It hurt, but I'm still here.
And in the stillness, he realized something powerful. Peace wasn't something given. It was something built, piece by piece, choice by choice, breath by breath. Healing wasn't fireworks. Healing was quiet. Healing was staying when every part of you wanted to run.
I'm proud of you.
He realized something profound in the months after his life fell apart. that pain is universal, not personal, and no one is alone in carrying it. Everyone bleeds, everyone breaks, everyone has nights where the weight feels unbearable and mornings when getting out of bed feels like lifting mountains. Strength is quiet perseverance, the ability to rise again after collapsing. The world doesn't need more perfect people pretending to be unbreakable. It needs real people who are willing to heal in public and help others do the same.
Everyone hurts. But not everyone stays broken. Not anymore.
Bravery isn't fighting for what is killing you, it is letting go of what hurts so you can make space for what heals. He grabbed his pain by the throat, throw it into the fire, and watch it burn until only fuel remained. Because pain didn't defeat him, it became the energy that rebuilt him. He knew that healing isn't meant to be hoarded, it's meant to be shared, passed from person to person like a torch lighting the dark.
You're a different man these days, you know that? I wouldn't say different, just less of a disaster.
His presence changed, his story became a map, and his voice became a hand reaching back to pull someone else forward.
If you're going through hell, don't stop. Keep walking. It gets better. I promise.
That pain is not the end. It is the beginning of becoming someone new. And that the most powerful thing a healed person can do is turn around and help someone else climb out of their storm too.
Yeah, I'm ready.
He is not the same man who once sat shaking on the edge of his bed, crushed under loss. This is a man who had walked through the fire, learned from the burn, and made peace with the scars.
You doing all right, mate?
Healing didn't make his life a Greek island paradise, but it turned the ordinary into something sacred. A simple meal, a quiet song, a warm light in a small kitchen at the end of a long day. And as he takes his first bite, it tastes not just of food, but of the life he rebuilt with his own hands. Somewhere along the journey, his story stopped being just about him and began to transform into something more. A message for anyone who still feels stuck where he once was.
If you're watching this and you feel like you're drowning, I want you to know something.
Negativity doesn't choose you because you're weak. It visits everyone, every single one of us. You're not cursed, you're not singled out, you're not alone.
The way he says it makes it sound less like a motivational line and more like a quiet fact he wishes someone had told him years earlier.
Grab it by the throat, throw it in the fire, and use it as fuel. You don't have to let it sit in your chest forever. And trust me, Ho, if I can crawl out of that mess, you definitely can. Please don't give up on yourself. The world still needs you here.
His pain becomes a bridge, reaching out across cities, countries, screens, connecting him to anyone who has ever wondered if they were worth staying for. His journey becomes something larger than heartbreak and recovery. It becomes a chain reaction, a quiet rebellion against despair. His legacy is not perfection, not success, not some shining highlight reel. His legacy is proof. He will still have hard days, moments of doubt, quiet grief for what he lost, and random flashes of missing Teddy so sharply it stings. But now he has perspective and a promise to himself that he will never abandon who he is again. His journey continues every time he chooses kindness over anger, gratitude over resentment, and presence over escape. If you're still in your storm, this isn't your ending. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are not beyond repair. Let his journey be your reminder that you can rebuild. You can use your pain as fuel. You can turn your story into a light for someone else. And somewhere, someone presses play on his story at the exact moment they were about to give up and decides to stay a little longer.